We are live. Nobody's here yet. Let's see if anybody comes in. We'll give it a few minutes. Usually, these weekday ones were impromptu weekday ones. It takes a while for people to start coming in because I don't announce them except for about 5 to 10 minutes before I start. So, and nobody's expecting me to be here. So let's see what happens. Hopefully, we get a couple of people so I don't got to talk to myself all day. I'll do that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I do talk to myself a lot, I have to admit. So, hey, we got somebody here. How's it going out there? We got two people. Oh, now we got a crowd. Here they come. How's it going out there, guys? Mopar, man, what is going on? Oh, you're at work? Yeah, I'm waiting to go to work. I'm waiting for my phone to go off so I can go to work. T-Man 21, what's up? It's snowing out there, kind of rainy, snow mixed, drizzly. Not super cold though, at least, but definitely not a nice day. So just kind of hanging out inside, keeping warm, and waiting for a call from work. Had one of my bosses text me earlier. Long story, but you got work in 2 hours, T-Man? Cool. I worked a couple of 17 and 18-hour days the other day, and I was told during training to never go over 15 hours. So when these days came up that they wanted me to work all these hours, I contacted the area manager and the people at dispatch and all these other places to make sure that I wasn't going to get in trouble for going over on those hours before I did it because they told me not to. And so everyone I talked to said, yeah, well, there's nobody else to work, so just do it, just do it, just do it. Well, now today, 3 days later, it's come up and they're asking me all kinds of questions about it. So, a little frustrating. All right, man. Mopar Man says it's finally slow. That's not good, I guess, but you had a great year, though. So, hell yeah. Your channel will be up Sunday. It's official. You only took you 2 months. Cool, man. I can't wait to see your channel. That's going to be great. Very cool. I'll definitely be checking that out for sure. Looking forward to that. So there's a lot of good channels out there. So it'll be have another great one out there. That'll be awesome. I've been straying a little bit from the car stuff lately. I still watch some, but for some reason I keep watching like urban exploring, and the last couple of days we've been hooked on this guy called oh, what the hell's his name now? Dang it, Company Man. And he just tells the history of all these different companies, big companies, like McDonald's and General Motors and whatever. And he just kind of tells the story, the ups and downs, and how they got their name and who used to own it and who owns who and all that stuff. It's very interesting for some reason. I can't stop watching it. Company Man. Yeah, I'm a little upset, Mopar Man. If I get in trouble for this, I'm going to be upset because I was like super vigilant about making sure I asked several times. I was bugging them. I kept asking so many times. I felt like I was bothering them, but I was told so many times before not to do it that I felt weird about doing it. And apparently now it's an issue. So Mopar's channel is going to be about the garage, the speed shop, and all of you guys racing. You'll get used to calling you there, punks. I'm looking forward to that. Cool. Another good channel to watch, man. Awesome. Very cool. Mopar Man 4406. Pretty exciting. It's always good to get your channel going, man. Just keep making videos. That one I was just talking about was called Company Man. Like Company Man, 2 words. And just a lot of stuff about, you name the companies. Like a lot of it is about companies that are like closed or closing down, or that have been really down and now they're back, things like that. It's pretty cool stuff. just interesting. It's not like super exciting. I just, for some reason, that kind of stuff interests me. Got 10 videos ready to rock. Cool. Yeah, if you're bored and you want to see something a little different, check out Company Man. And then there's some urban explorers called The Proper People. They kind of go around exploring old buildings and places where they're not supposed to be. It's pretty cool too. They explore some of the Detroit factories and stuff that closed down. You know, it's interesting stuff. The urban explorer guys, though, made me feel pretty old the other day. They were exploring an old closed down GM plant that they snuck into, and it had like all the GM logos on the wall, and there was an Oldsmobile logo, and they didn't know what it was. They're like, "What's that?" They couldn't figure out what it was. Yeah, their abandoned places are pretty cool. They do everything too. They go all over the world and do it. So old, just it's pretty cool. Pretty cool old stuff. Old, you know, you'll find an old baseball stadium that's in the middle of a forest somewhere that you would have never known was there. It was, you know, geez, back in the 30s or something, but some of it's still there. It's kind of cool stuff. I started watching them because I was watching a different guy who was looking for an old NASCAR track down in, I think it was North Carolina somewhere. He kept hearing about, but he couldn't figure out where it was supposed to be. It had been closed for decades and decades, and it's like an office park or something now. And there's some forest around it. He finally tracked down where it was, went out there, and you can kind of see some of the stuff of where it used to be. You can kind of tell where parts of the track were and stuff, which is pretty cool. And then that led me to these Proper People, which are different. It's a different channel, but that's kind of what led me to that. I'd like to do the urban exploring thing, or even I was thinking about rural exploring, you know, old farmhouses. I'd just be afraid of getting in trouble. I know these guys are sneaking around a lot of places where they're not supposed to be, and occasionally they do get caught. They never really get in trouble. Usually they just get kicked out. But once people realize they're not there to steal anything or to vandalize, they just pretty much tell them you can't be in here, get out of here, kind of thing like that. Hey, hey, T-Bad, thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. Good talking to you too. Yeah, yep. All those companies, the Oldsmobile, Plymouth, Pontiac. Yep. Hey, Boise City's here. What's going on, Boise? Yeah, I mean, I could probably always ask permission too from people to for their property or whatever. If I just explained what I was doing and I'm not going to disturb anything, they might be okay with it. Some of them, of course, it's also it could also they might not want to let you do it because of the possible liability if I get building collapsed on me or something. I always was fascinated by stuff like that, but then get I get paranoid about stuff too. Sometimes like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. So Boise's heading to work himself. Just want to say hi. Hello, Boise. Thanks for coming in. I'm hoping my phone goes off here. I thought maybe if I did a live stream that would cause it to go off so I can go to work. I need to go to work. I'm bored. I've been off since Sunday. I'm bouncing off the walls here. Yeah, I mean, my first thought if I was a property owner would be like, yeah, go ahead. But then my second thought might be, well, wait a minute. What if these guys get hurt or worse? So sitting around the house is starting to drive me crazy. I can only do so much cleaning, and I had to sweeping stuff off the snow today, off the porch and the sidewalks and all that. That took a while. Watched a few videos, did some laundry. I'm getting bored though. I'm ready to hit the road and start taking some people where they need to go. And with the weather out there and the highways being bad, it'd be some nice long trips because I'd have to go pretty slow. So I'd make some pretty good money. The trips are going to take longer. but I am getting no calls. I've been next on the list. They put you in a position. I'm in position 1. I've been on position 1 since Sunday night. Have not gotten called yet. Yep, me too, Mopar man. I'm always like, oh, I wish I had some time. I wish for this. And then when I do have time, it's like, I don't know what to do with myself. So, Boise, they got you on call tomorrow. I'm assuming I'm going to get called for Thanksgiving because it just goes without saying. I'm sure I'll be out there, and I'll take it. I can turn down any trip. We don't have to take them if we don't want to, but I don't turn down very many. I turned down one the other night, a few nights ago, because I had been up since 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had insomnia. I couldn't sleep. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I hadn't slept yet, and they called me to take a trip, and I just didn't feel like I'd be. I didn't think it'd be very safe to be driving people around in for a 7 or 8 hour trip in the condition I was in, because I hadn't slept. It just didn't seem like a very safe thing to do. So I turned it down. Because I know if it was me riding, I wouldn't want some guy who hadn't slept, who would be going on 24 hours without sleep by the end of the trip. I probably wouldn't want him driving me around. Yeah, you got to be careful. You can't really drink a beer or anything because, and if you're tired or sick or whatever, you just don't want to do it. You don't have to take the trips, which is pretty cool. But I take almost all of them. I was hoping for some snow highway trips because I know it'll be pretty good hours. Having to slow down quite a bit. Yeah, it pays pretty good. And like I said, you can work kind of as much as you want, although they're not calling me now. But yeah, it pays pretty good. Boise's out of here too. Yeah, you have a good Thanksgiving yourself. Everybody have a good Thanksgiving. I got the turkey thawing out in the fridge, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be cooking it or if Kim's going to be cooking it. It kind of depends on if I'm working or not. But we're both fully capable. I usually do the cooking, and she does the cleaning part. So you are the turkey. So I'm hoping I'll be cooking, but actually at this point, I'm hoping I'm not. I'm hoping I'm on the road because I need to do something. We got our VIN number last night. VIN number for the Tesla came in, so I have the VIN number now. So there's an actual car, and according to everything I'm reading, that means delivery is coming fairly quickly now that we have a VIN number. So hopefully, and we shall see. Although with the Challenger, I think we got a VIN number maybe like 3 weeks or something before we got the car. Can't remember for sure. It's kind of a blur now. I explained my options before. It was either that or a Prius, so another Prius, I should say. I think it's a much more interesting car, much more fun and interesting, and it's kind of crazy, but doing it anyway. What the hell? It's not like I can't get out of it. We'll never be upside down in it. We, make a big down payments, and we pay more than what the thing is. So we're never upside down. So if I got to get out of the car, we'll get out of the car and get something else. But we're going to give it a try as an experiment and see what happens. Yeah, I got a couple emails from Kyle, and he had sent me some audio, but I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I need to do that, and I was gonna get back with him because he asked me if I had seen it or heard it, and I had not yet. And I was gonna sit down and do it. I've just been, like I said, cleaning around the house and all that stuff. I keep forgetting to sit down and listen to that. He was wanting to know if I said I could use whatever it was for a video, but I want to hear it first. I kind of want to stay out of the controversy thing too much, but we'll see. If it's funny, I might use it. So yeah, I got to sit down and do that. I haven't replied to his emails yet. I need to do that too. maybe when I'm done here, if I don't have a call, I will sit down and listen to his blog thing that he did. Yeah, I don't ever want to be upside down in a car. I know people who are, and then they're either stuck with it or they traded on something else, and then they're really upside down in the next thing, and then that just continues, and they spend their whole life, and pretty soon they're driving around a $10,000 car that they owe 30 grand on or something. It's crazy. It's funny. He was telling it like it is. Okay, I'll have to listen to it. I guess it's about what's his name, MotorTube. I'm guessing. I think. Hey, Jean Paul, what's going on up there in Canada? It's snowing down here in Nebraska. I don't want to get too far into the whole YouTube drama deal, but it is pretty funny, some of the stuff. That guy is a trip. He's one of the few YouTubers that I just really, I don't know. He just puts off a really weird vibe that's hard to explain. He's just one of those people that just doesn't seem quite, you know. Yeah, it's snow, but it all melted. It's not really getting real. We got a lot of snow and rain mixture. It's not really doing much yet except for getting slushy, but it sucks. It's cold, and I'm sure it'll freeze up later tonight when it gets colder. There's certain people in life, whether it's on the video or in real life, that you just meet and they just seem a little something. You just get a weird vibe off of them, and he's one of those people. Asaf S, hello, what is going on? John Paul says he doesn't believe in roll racing on the street. I settle my scores at the track where it should be done. Yeah, well, that's for sure too. And if you're going to do anything out on the street, it should be out somewhere where there's no other people around. You see a lot of these guys doing stuff like right in the middle of cities. There's innocent people driving around, going to work or out to dinner or whatever, and you got crazy people in fast cars driving. If you're going to do it on the street, at least go out. Drive. Take the time to go drive out in the country somewhere on one of the back highways where there's nobody around. Yeah. We're all good here, man. We're just hanging out, doing a little quick afternoon live stream. I really don't like, risking other people's safety for my own entertainment. Queen Kawaii, what's up? Crazy people, isn't that? Yeah. I don't do anything too crazy on the street. And if you do see me do anything crazy, you'll notice that there's nobody else around. So I'm lucky that I live in the middle of nowhere in Nebraska, so I can drive 5 minutes and pretty much have an entire highway to myself. I could probably get out and, eat lunch in the middle of the road, and I'm still not going to see any other cars. Some of these guys, and you see these, hey, Danette Sunby, what's up? She's looking, Danette Sunby's looking for a 60 to 70 Super B or Challenger. You have 50 to 70 to spend. Cool. Yeah, you want to at least try to be reasonably safe. And yeah, I mean, it's just some of these videos I see now are, they're downtown in some city on a corner, and they spectators are blocking off the streets, and they're doing donuts and stuff in the middle of it all. It's just asking for trouble. You're just asking to get somebody hurt or killed or something, and people going to jail and everything else. It's just, I don't know where people's brains are sometimes. I saw if I have a 2018 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. Racing in Mexico, or so they say. Yeah, didn't I hook up with Mopar, man? He's got some cars. He knows of cars. Cool, Queen. Yeah, your local enterprise has a Challenger RT. Nice. You might rent that for a couple days and get an extended test drive. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Get an idea if you like the basic car. It's a good way to go about it. Get to use it for more than on test drive. You're only going to have it for a few minutes or whatever. Get to actually use it for like a day or two or whatever to actually get a feel for what it's really like. I bought ours without. We bought ours. Kim drove an RT, a test drive of an RT, even though there was no Scat Pack. I don't think they would have let us drive one anyway, but we had to order it. But she just wanted to drive the car for see if she was comfortable with the car that big and all that kind of stuff. And she really liked it right away. So that was cool. Because she'd been driving that little Prius for 8 years before that. So see, we're hooking up. We're making car deals here and car finders. And I think it depends on the dealer. Sometimes, Queen, they didn't hesitate to let us drive the RT. They didn't have anything above that on the lot, and we ordered it. We ended up ordering it, and I knew that's what I wanted. I didn't have to drive it, but um, Tim's more of a I want to drive it kind of person. I'm more of a I want that car kind of person. There's no car that I'm going to get in and go, oh, I hate this. I know I'm going to like it. So yeah, I think it's more case by case, and um, they might judge you like by maybe what you drove up in. Who knows? I mean, if they look at you and think you're capable of buying the car, which I know that's not a good way to judge people, but you know, if you're 17 years old and you drive up in a 94 Accord or something, they might not be really eager to put you behind the wheel of a Scat Pack or something. Yeah, I think it kind of depends on the dealer. Although the dealer that we bought our car from, I went back there to look at another Scat Pack a few months, or I guess it was more. It was probably over a year later. They didn't seem too interested. I didn't ask to drive it, but um, I was looking at it, and they knew I was in my other car, and they didn't seem too interested in even showing me the car. So okay, I mean, I probably wouldn't. I capable of buying it, of course, but wasn't really looking to buy it. Maybe they've sensed that off me or whatever, but they didn't seem too eager to show me the car too much or offer to let me drive it or anything. Yeah, I think with the Hellcat and stuff, they probably even want to check your credit first or whatever, just to see if you're even capable of buying the car. And some places probably just would say flat out, you can't drive a Hellcat. If you want one, buy it. But if and some people won't do that. Some people will. I don't know. I'm sure Harley dealerships are probably different now since they're not selling very many motorcycles anymore. But back in the day, you couldn't go test drive a Harley anywhere. You had to buy it basically. If you wanted to ride it, you had to buy it first. Back in the day, I don't know. Uh, that's changed now. That, like I said, they're having a hell of a time selling any motorcycles, so they may have changed their attitude on that. Oh, you've been on the plant tour? Cool, Jean Paul. Awesome. 45 minutes away. Cool, man. Nice. I'd like to see that. I've been on the tour of the Corvette plant in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and that was pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see how they do everything. 776 is really good, pretty good. That's in the good range. I know that's in the. I think that's the upper end of the good range. It's close to excellent. I think like 700 to 790 or something is good. And then I don't know how high does it go. 850 is the highest. I think I can't remember. Kim's got like an 850. I've got like a 722 or something. Actually, mine just took a hit because of the Tesla credit check. I took a little hit on my credit because of the hard inquiry into my credit report from buying the Tesla. They did that with the Challenger too. It dropped, pretty significant drop for a few months. They put junk together. It was pretty cool though. It was pretty nice to see. It was pretty cool, interesting. You don't have to be like a fan of the actual car to actually go in there and think it's pretty. This was a long time ago. It's probably more automated now than it was back then. That was like in the late 90s, sometime that I went on that tour of the Corvette plant. Went to the Corvette Museum, which is right there near the plant. Which was also pretty interesting. They had some historic cars in there and stuff. Pretty neat stuff. But yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd love to see the Challenger and Charger plant. Yeah, I think 776 is just bordering on excellent. It might even be in the excellent range. I can't remember for sure. A lot of my family members worked at Ford in Detroit there, so they've a bunch of them have been in a lot of auto plants, but not me. It's not usual for a girl like you getting a Scat Pack. Oh, there's lots of girls getting cool cars now, so lots of women are getting into the cool car thing. It's not just for guys anymore, and they're also a lot of them are really good at drag racing. I don't know what there is, something about women and drag racing. Oh, really? Mopar man? Damn, you saw 426 Hemi Challengers put together. Woo! Hell yeah. So you're keeping your red eyed in that? Cool. You just want something, you want a classic too, vintage collectible. Cool. Sweet. You can get Plum Crazy again right now if you get the 50th anniversary edition. It's an extra $6,000 for that edition, though. So yeah, you can get Plum Crazy, B5 Blue, a bunch of the colors that went away, and some other colors um, with the 50th anniversary edition that they're putting out. But there's a nice little price tag that comes with it, and it's just an appearance thing. I got to get a red eye. It's driving me crazy. I want one so bad. Ah, one of these days, I should be thankful for what I have, or just a regular Hellcat. Even I'd be super crazy over that too. I like Plum Crazy. I don't know if I would get it for myself, but I'd like my neighbor to have one so I could look at it. It's one of those kind of colors. I kind of like it, but not sure um, if I'd want to have it every day. I don't know. Maybe I do like the the purple, the new purple they came out with. Whatever the hell it's called. I'm drawing a blank now. It was called Black Eye, wasn't it? And that's something different now. It's What is it called? Somebody remind me what the new purple's called. Well, it's like a really dark purple. It was black eye, and now it is. What the hell do they call it? It's right there on the tip of my tongue. Is it black eye? I thought black eye was the original color when they came out with the 1320, but then they changed the color name. Maybe I have it backwards. Because that same color I think is had two different names. When they first brought out the 1320, they showed it in that color, and I thought they called it black eye then, but now they changed the name, or maybe I have it backwards. Maybe they called it something else, and now they changed the name. I can't remember. But it's a great color. We'll just say that. That's a color of purple that I could live with because it's dark and pretty cool. Looks different when the light hit. Well, all colors do that, but it's really more than a lot of them where it kind of looks different in different lights. Mopar Man has a manual 8.9 second Roadrunner. Cool. What the heck is it called now? I cannot remember. It's going to drive me crazy. Try to look it up right now. um, oh, as soon as I see it, I'm going to be like, oh. Oh, my phone is super slow. Well, now it's frozen up. It's just not my day, man. There we go. Exterior. There it is. It is. It's also $70 extra cost. I didn't realize that. No, that's not it either. I can't find it. It's not showing me that color. Anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. Red Eye is indigo blue, and it was the second week of production. Not a bad little crowd here for an impromptu weekday deal. Pretty good. Pretty happy. I'm still looking. I give up. Queen says, been meaning to come to these more often. Cool. Well, Mopar Man is definitely the dude to talk to in that department if you're looking for educated people. For sure. We usually have a few people around here that are good to talk to about who know a lot of stuff. So it's always good to have those guys around. Mopar Man's definitely in that department for sure. Queen says, the kind of person to put SXT badges on a Hellcat. Now that's funny. Tesla is now selling a sleeper. It's called a sleeper version of the Model 3. It looks like a regular Model 3, but it's really the Model 3 Performance. So they're calling it the sleeper, which it's a real popular version right now. A lot of people are ordering that. The Model 3. I can't remember what the appearance differences are. It has a different logo on it, but it also has different wheels and stuff, so it doesn't look like the Performance Model 3. It looks like the regular Model 3, but it's got the performance, everything else. So they call it the sleeper version. It's selling a lot of them. I noticed a lot of people ordering them as I've been looking at some of the forums and stuff. It's a real super popular thing right now. Hey, Z Outlaw SS, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while, man. Been watching your videos lately, though. Good stuff, dude. Everybody check out Z Outlaw SS channel for sure if you don't already know about it. Mopar Man says you try to spread the knowledge. Cool. Well, thanks, Joey. When your grandfather has you working on cars at age 8 years old, you learn a thing or two. I bet you do. Z Outlaw, you working? Hoping I'm going to work here. I'm sitting by the phone waiting to get called in. Queen says if it has less than 8 cylinders, it's crap. If it has more than 8 cylinders, it's communist. You're hiding in the office? We're just kicking back here in freezing cold Nebraska, trying to stay out of the snow. But I'm hoping to get called out into the snow because I need to work. I'm going crazy. I'm bored. I got the hiccups all of a sudden. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Maybe going out. There is a big parking lot near here where the store is closed down. But then on the other hand, the car's semi clean right now. I'd hate to get it out there, but I don't know. Maybe. So well, we got a few people. A little slow today, but that's okay. I didn't expect a whole lot going on here since it's the middle of the Tuesday afternoon. We had a few earlier though. It's cool, man. I'm glad you guys are here. always keep the conversation going, which is awesome. I always learn a few things when I'm here too. So that's always cool too. Yeah, I should stream more. I want to stream more for sure. Definitely want to. A lot of times I debate whether to make a video or stream. Sometimes I do both in the same day, but try to do one or the other. I should. I can figure out a way to get that to all work where I can still read the comments. Oh, I got a message from Kim. I think they might not be calling me because of that going over on hours the other day twice. I'm going to be really mad if that's why I'm not getting called out. I'll be an unhappy guy. You think it's better live, huh? I should do one of those 24-hour streams. Hey, Z Outlaw, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Guys, check out his channel. It's real cool stuff. He's got a pretty cool Camaro and does a lot of interesting stuff. He's a funny guy. Take care, man. Z Outlaw got into some pretty good controversy about a year or so ago over the whole tall guy car reviews when that thing was going on, where he said that he wasn't going to talk to people who didn't join the $5 a month, join the channel thing, and that only people that paid him the $5 a month would get responses and this kind of thing. And it became a big controversy. If anybody remembers that, Z Outlaw kind of was in the middle of some of that, and he got a lot of hate from a lot of people over it, and but he also, I think, made a lot of new viewers too because of it. So I did a couple of videos on it, but I usually do one or two on something like that, and then I try to, okay, that's enough. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's why I haven't heard anything. They blacklist me for a while. I don't know. We'll see. Yes, Queen, it is. It's definitely worth it to get to 392. If you get the 5.7, you're just going to wish you had 392. It is quite a bit more money though. But I know you're asking Mopar Man, but I thought I'd chime in on that one. I wouldn't worry about the wide body unless you're just in love with the wide body look and all that stuff. But definitely get the 392 engine if you can. Get the Scat Pack if you can. I love the wide body look, but it's a bunch more money too. So it's another one of those things. Is it worth it or not? That's how they get you. That's what they're in business to make money. So you always want that next thing above what you got. or even more than the next thing. You want to move up, but that's their job, is to sell cars. People get mad when they buy like a new car, and then the next year or two, the company makes that same exact car even better in some way, and then they get all upset, like, oh, it's not fair. They're trying to sell cars. They're not trying to keep the people they sold cars to. They want to keep them happy, but you know what I mean. They're trying to sell new cars, so they always keep adding this or that to it, or other options, or this is standard now, where before it was an option. That's how they keep selling the cars. So anything you buy is going to be that way. Yeah, Mopar says it's a great engine, probably the best normally aspirated engine in muscle cars. I think financing or leasing probably depends on the person, and if you want to get a new car every like 3 years, or if you want to hang on to it. Or I've never leased a car. I don't know. Yeah, 1320 is wicked, but yeah, it is a bunch of extra money too. So that's just another one of those things like we just talked about there. I always got that next step that is another however many $1,000, and then you always want that next one, but leasing can be tricky though. You gotta if for some reason you change your mind and don't want the car after a while, then you got a problem getting back out of it again. Or is it financing? You won't have that problem as long as you're not upside down in the car. And then at the end of your 3 years or whatever, you have to decide what you want to do. Do you want to pay for the rest of the car? Do you want to get something else? I don't know. Yeah, there's some killer deals right now too. So yeah, you can talk them down. It's the end of the year too. So um, there's lots of good deals, and especially when winter comes, just like last winter about this time, all the Camaro, Mustang, Challenger, Charger sales just people just aren't thinking in that mode right now. They're thinking winter time for most of the country anyway. So yeah, there's some killer deals, and you can talk them down. And yeah, the monthly payment's definitely lower on a lease, but then like I said, there's a bunch of other things to consider. Kim refuses to lease. I saw some Hellcats that were the lease would have been less than what we were paying on the Challenger before we paid it off. It's paid off now, but she's like anti-lease to the most that you can be. So I don't think I'll be leasing anything unless her and I aren't together for some reason sometime in the future. Yeah, then you got to watch your mileage too. I forgot about that. If you lease, you got to really watch your mileage, and because if you bring it back in with more miles than it's supposed to have on it, you got to pay for all those miles. I don't think you can get a lease with unlimited miles, and if you did, it'd be a pretty high payment, I would guess. I'd hate to have to sit there and look at my car in the garage, wishing I could drive it, but I put too many miles on it. Like if we leased ours, I wouldn't be anywhere near over mileage on the lease, but because I'd still be way below, and we still drive it quite a bit. But if you for some reason had to drive it a lot or something, I don't know if there is leases with unlimited miles. I suppose I'd have to Google that and see. I don't know. I think most people say don't lease. Leases are good for like businesses and things like that, for people who for sure want to get a new car all the time, or for businesses who are doing like fleet stuff where they just need a couple of cars for salesmen to drive around in or something, and they're going to need to replace them in 3 years anyway. Stuff like that I think is good for leasing, but I think for just a personal person wanting to get a car, I don't know if leasing is a great idea. And then when you bring it back, like they said, there's the miles, and they're going to want, if you bring it back without new tires on it, they're going to want tire money. There's all these things, and you can't do as much stuff to the car because it's not really yours, even though if you finance one, it's not really yours either because the bank owns it until you're done paying for it. But if you want to do any kind of mods or customizing to the car, if you're leasing it, it's a little bit more of an issue than. I would definitely say finance, but not, I'm not dead set against leasing like some people are, but I think that you'd be better off financing it, especially if you don't know if in a year you decide I don't like this car or something, or I can't do this anymore. It's going to be easier to get out of it if you're buying it and you're not upside down in it. That leasing lets people get into maybe a little bit nicer car than what they normally could afford, probably. Like if all you can afford is a Scat Pack, but you really want a Hellcat and you're really, really bad, you can probably get into a Hellcat for the price of for the monthly payment of a Scat Pack of financing it. But then, like we just talked about, there's all those other factors and complications. There's also some websites that I looked at a long time ago before we bought the car, where you could take over people's leases who don't want their car anymore and they want to get out of their lease. But that's complicated too, because the leasing company has to agree to it, of course, and it's harder. Some states, I think, you can't even do it in, and I forget the names of the websites now, and there was a bunch of challengers on it when I was there. That's what I was looking at. Well, maybe I should take over somebody's lease, but that probably would have been a bad idea. I'm glad I didn't do that. Because right now would have been about the time that I would have had to, give the car back and make another decision or whatever. So, yeah, that would have been stressful. Now we have one. We have it paid off in 2 years, and it's a much better situation, I think. I am hoping that our Tesla does not come in the middle of a snowstorm. Everybody send good vibes that we have good weather when the Tesla comes. I don't want to do this in a snowstorm. Although it would make for some pretty good video, I suppose. They're going to bring it right to the house. I also hope there's a little bit of warning so I can get off, make sure we're off work and all that kind of stuff. I'd hate to. Hopefully, we can both be here for delivery. I'll try to set up a couple of cameras maybe or something to figure this out. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to document this, but I do obviously want to make a video. Probably hold one and just set one up in the yard or something. And then, of course, take you guys for a ride in it. We still haven't gotten the electrician out here to start anything with the charging. We're just going to charge it with regular outlet for the first little while. So we're going to have a special charging thing put in. We haven't exactly decided where we're putting that yet. Because the Tesla's staying outside. Challenger, we only have a one car garage, and the Challenger is staying in the garage. Tesla's going to be outside, which a lot of Tesla people would freak out when they say that, but that's how it's going to be. Challenger's in the garage. Period. It's just the way it's going to be. $55 minutes. That went by pretty quick. Damn. probably rock out of here at an hour. Unless we get like a billion people come in, then maybe we'll hang out. But what is the name of that damn color? It's driving me crazy. Okay, here it is. It is no Hellraisin. 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 That's the name of the color. It was black eye, and I'm pretty sure it's the exact same color. They just changed the name to Hellraisin. You do a Mopar trivia. Maybe I'll set up some Mopar trivia questions, and we'll do that on here next time or something. That might be kind of fun. That's a good idea. I'll have to figure out a way to score it, and I don't know if I have anything cool to give away. We just do it for fun. I've given away all my little piddly Mopar stuff. I think I just gave away that sticker that I had. I'm trying to think what else I got. I'm not at the channel level yet where I can make big giveaways. I try to do little stuff. Hellraisin, that's it. Hey, I finally looked it up. Mopar trivia. That's a great idea. I think I'm going to do that. Let me definitely keep that in mind, and I'll find some decent questions that aren't too obscure, so at least they're reasonable questions. Maybe some easy ones and some not so easy ones. And no Googling allowed. I used to hang out in all these trivia rooms way back in the day, at the IRC chat rooms and all that stuff. Way back, Talk City, some of those places, and I'd go into these trivia rooms, and I'd spend hours in there because I love trivia. I love random trivia questions. I just love it. But everybody would always be accusing each other of Googling. And some of it, like if you answer the question in 1.3 seconds, I don't know how they think you Googled it that fast, but I can barely type it that fast, let alone Google it and type it. But yeah, I used to love those rooms. They're a lot of fun. You just don't see that stuff anymore. This room's cool. Like this kind of chat's cool, but back in the day with all the just different subjects and chat rooms and locations, and don't see a lot of that anymore. A lot of like just talking to one person on, Facebook Messenger and that kind of thing, but not a lot of just big chat rooms where there's a whole bunch of people coming in. That used to be a lot of good times. Met some cool people. We actually had a party in Iowa once, and I actually drove to it from a trivia chat room that I hung out in. It was like about 20 people from there. All met up in Iowa, spent the night at these people's house, and I slept in a camper out in the yard and had a good time. It was fun. Got to meet a lot of people that I had been talking to forever, and got to meet them in real life, and it was cool. Anyway, that all stemmed from a trivia game. Well, I think we are just about at an hour now, so I think we'll wrap this up and thank you guys for being here, Danette and Mopar Man and Queen and everybody else who was here earlier, all the people that have left. I know it's the middle of the day, so a lot of people can't hang out for a super long time, so totally understandable. But I still like doing these, and I think I'm going to continue. If I'm home from work and I'm not doing anything, I might as well come on and at least be live for an hour or so, if not longer. But yeah, I'd say I think I should just keep doing it, and I'm going to use Danette's idea there and do a trivia game next time. I think we'll try that. I'll get some questions written down, and we'll just have a fun Mopar trivia game, or maybe just car trivia in general or something. Be pretty fun. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for being here. I'm going to head out now and get out of here. We're at a little over an hour, so that's perfect. And we shall see you all later. Take care, guys. See you soon.